Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Nesbitt and welcome to episode 2 of the NerdHub. I am joined here this evening with Ash.
Hello.
And Joanne Paul, welcome, new guest on the show.
Hello.
Hello. So we're all here to discuss the hottest topics in the gaming world. And sort of related, we're going to kick off with a well-known figure, President-elect Donald J. Trump.
Yep.
Now,
Yay.
I only bring him up. I bring him up because obviously he's made some news this week.
Some news.
Some news. Some more pleased than others.
The
from what
news.
we've seen.
He's all of the news this week.
All of the news.
All of the news. And I sort of bring him up vaguely just because he made quite the sweeping comment back in 2012 because he's obviously a very opinionated man.
No.
And he said, and I quote, this is from his Twitter feed, and he's quite notorious for his Twitter feed, apparently. He was banned from it towards the last few weeks of his campaign. He said, shocking, video game violence and glorification must be stopped. It has created monsters! Exclamation mark. Thoughts?
I mean, it's wrong, but we can go into that
So very
later.
wrong. Why is it wrong?
Mostly because media doesn't really create things. It can influence people, you can't create stuff.
No, I mean, how much? I mean, I've played Manhunt. Do I go out and bang people over the head and stab them? No.
I don't know what you do on your Saturday nights, to be honest, but...
Well, we'll save that for another episode. But, yes. What about you, Joe? What's your view on it?
Well, yeah, it obviously is wrong, but I think this is always going to be something that people associate with games.
Yeah.
Just because, if there's one incident where, something's happened, violent crime or whatever, and that person just so happened to play a few video games, even if it was, like Spyro the Dragon or something.
I think
then...
most recently, Spyro the Dragon!
It's going to be blamed on video games, isn't it, regardless? Just because it's something to pick on, isn't it?
Yeah, people always want... They thought, for example, the tragic Sandy Hook killing. Guy killer was quite addicted to Call of Duty, and I think Call of Duty got quite bad press from that. Never mind that he was clearly severely
Unstable.
warped and unstable and had access to a plethora of automatic weapons, but of course it's the virtual game that caused him to turn. So, I haven't gone out and gunned people down yet. No, I'll take that back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a redundant comment in my opinion. And I think a lot of gamers would agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite old now as well, isn't it? Probably hasn't, but he might have changed his views on it.
Yeah, probably.
I think there might be sort of some worry that perhaps if he's got these views, and obviously now he's president-elect, that he might decide to...
implement something.
Yeah, I doubt he will, because I think there'd be so much opposition against it that it wouldn't be worth his time, but...
Yeah, similar to, he was going to sign some legislation, I believe, or something over there that repeals same-sex marriage, but he's now come out and said, no, actually, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that'd be
See
kind
what
of...
happens, the world is still spinning, isn't it? So, for now.
For now, maybe.
For now. Alright then, that's enough politics to a degree.
We'll start and end the politics segment swiftly.
Before we start off with you, like,
Yeah.
it's been enough of those already.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the gaming news. So, Ash, you mentioned earlier that there's potential that Super Mario Galaxy 3 has been
Very
sneakily released.
potentially. On IMDb, not the best accurate source of information because anyone can edit it. For about an hour, not even that. On the voice actor for Super Mario, I forget his name, it's Charles Martinet, I think his name is.
Yeah, I think so.
For a brief moment, a few games were added on as a 2017 list as in production, and he was like cast as the voice for Mario and Luigi and Wario, as he always is. And they were Super Mario Sunshine HD, Super Mario Galaxy 3, an untitled Mario golf game for the Wii U, which I thought was funny. So that was just randomly thrown in there. But yeah, they were very swiftly removed, so I'm not sure how accurate they were, if they were added by an official source by accident, and then removed by a Nintendo employee who monitors that kind of thing. But they could potentially, because people are hounding for a new Super Mario game. The trailer we had for the Switch looked Mario Galaxy-like, so it could have been
Yeah.
it could have been that.
It wouldn't be surprising if they were doing it,
Yeah,
really.
'cause they were two super successful games. Like people
Even the
love
Switch
them.
now anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it came out when the Switch is actually released.
yeah, they
Maybe-
like a Mario launch
Maybe
title.
they're keeping it dead quiet. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay then. So IMDb, as you said, a solid source like Wikipedia. In other news, Sega currently asking fans to vote for which game they want revived. I mean, growing up, I didn't Sega, but obviously I'd like to see Sonic make a comeback.
Like they release
in a
Sonic
solid
games.
way.
They release Sonic games.
Yeah, but there's
a
nothing
lot.
really. He hasn't kept up the same momentum as Mario, has he? Let's be honest.
Is that an intended pun, or are you just?
Yeah. He really was.
Puns welcome.
Fans welcome.
Now there's a few Sega's gone completely off the charts, really. Like they're not big contenders as they were.
In the 90s.
No, they
Yeah.
like it used to be the whole Sega versus Nintendo thing, and then Sega just like died out, became just this thing that infected everyone's consoles with random Sonic games every now and again. So it's not they're not that big of a team anymore, and they should try and invest in their old IPs, but they're not.
Yeah.
They haven't got all too
Very
much
much
as of
did.
yet.
Yeah, the more recent Sonic games weren't all that. Was it Sonic Generations or something like that? That was.
Sonic Generations was good. Sonic Boom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was alright, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
one. But...
Sonic Boom was an abysmal game.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Just the one we liked.
That was Generations, I think. We played that.
No, it was one with Knuckles as well. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, is it you talking
I
about?
think it was for PS3.
Oh, I don't think we played a Sonic
It
game.
wasn't
with PS3.
Generations. I
The
can't
the
remember.
game before that we would have played was on the GameCube, which would have been Sonic Heroes, and that
Possibly Heroes.
and that was
I'd have to Google
okay.
the
They weren't the
picture.
best games in the world, but they were okay. But yeah, in terms of like reviving old Sega IPs, the biggest ones, like they could remake like a Crazy Taxi game, which I think would be funny.
Oh my god. They were the games. They were so good.
Like they were really really fun, quick games. They could make it like a cool competitive sort of thing, which would be kind of nice. But I don't know, like
Make it into an e-sport.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, there's
It's quite, that was
Echo the
quite
Dolphin, I think, would probably.
Echo the Dolphin.
I think that would be wonderful for this day and age.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what's their current ones? They got Bayonetta, just still quite a big game series. It gets a lot. They got Sonic. I can't really think of. They got their arcade stuff. Like they still like House of the Dead is theirs. So
Yeah.
They should. All I know House of the Dead to be is, you know when you stop in service stations
yeah.
and they always have those games there. I remember me and, whereas people that were online exploding past you, went to a a play in London, and we stopped off in services, and we put so much money into that. This is number 3 who played.
Yeah, they're very addicting games. But what are the ones they do?
I think do they do the Persona games? They're still quite popular, if I recall. You got.
They do Super Monkey Ball was huge, and people loved Super Monkey Ball.
Super Monkey Ball, yeah.
Total War is still a thing that still does come out.
Yeah.
People would like that. There's quite a few games like the Knight series that people liked, and I think they do a lot.
What about a console?
Oh, I can't see. They haven't got the budget. I don't think to plan on releasing a new console. Just
not with a level of competition now.
No, because you got.
I just don't think that they'd be able to compete with it, would they?
No, that's like. I'm not sure what they'd do differently either.
Or if they released a similar, I don't know whether they. Again, I don't follow. Like with the NES Mini, the classic one.
They have.
Released a Mega Drive.
They released a Mini Genesis last year.
Oh, I correct myself.
Yeah, they did that. It's sold.
Well, there you go. You can already get that one in the shops.
It sold decently, but it wasn't big, so it wasn't advertised well. Whereas the Mini NES is, you can't get it anyway. It's sold out completely.
No.
Yeah.
And it's done amazingly for itself. Yeah. There's some stuff they can
So, okay, so wrap it up with Sega then. So sum it up.
It would be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what they're actually going to do with the results of this questionnaire, because they've not really said anything. They're just sort of asking people what they want, and you're like, well, are you going to give it to us, or are you just asking for fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just toying with horror.
Like, so
Crack Bandicoot.
yeah,
Can't go for this.
That'd be good. They just ask, we want a new Super Monkey Ball game. Yeah, but no. I mean...
but you're not going to get it. So,
they're just dangling a carrot, donkey faces.
You can keep wanting that one.
Yeah.
So, leading on then, as they were mentioned just now, Nvidia have come out and said they want to team up with Nintendo for the next 20 years.
Yes, quite big.
Obviously, Nvidia providing them with the graphics
chip, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got
for the Switch.
They've got a custom graphics chip installed in the Switch, which is obviously going to be allowing it to run AAA titles on a tablet, essentially, which is quite big.
Right.
And
that's huge.
Yeah. So like running, as we said, we go back to it regularly, running Skyrim, because it was the biggest game, like most demanding game we saw in the trailer for the Switch. It was Skyrim Special Edition. And it seemed to run it on mobile, which is crazy. It's like having an iPad running Skyrim just seems crazy to me.
Well, that's going to change the sort of mobile scene, isn't it? Or
it depends what Nintendo look to do with it. Like if they decide to bring out, I doubt they'll move from this console, but what they do with the 3DS next is going to be interesting. That's.
Do you think they'll stick by it?
I'm not sure if they'll try and incorporate the 3DS into the Switch.
Mobile market or the Switch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do with it, but it's going to be
I hope they don't get rid of their handheld.
No,
I think they should leave them separate as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like to see them combined, to be honest. I quite like them separate. Maybe it's just nostalgia for me. I mean, I've got my 3DS, but just,
I'd like to see them coexist, as in you could, like as they did with like Super Smash Brothers 4, where you could have it on the 3DS along with the Wii U and play them with each other, so you could like just get your 3DS and play against the people on the Wii U. So I'd like them to do more of that with the Switch, just to make it, because it's also portable, so you maybe just have your Switch, have your 3DS. If you don't have a 3DS, you could just you could have your Switch and like play Pokemon with someone or something like that, or play the new Mario game with someone who has the handheld.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of something nice they could do.
I am actually, for the first time in years, excited with.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, and considering if Nvidia want to stick with them for all these years, it shows that they want to be...
Yeah.
They want to... Because let's be fair, they'd be quite gimmicky.
Oh,
But
they are gimmick.
I mean, obviously they still got their following. I'm not
Yeah.
denying that, but it's been what, PlayStation and Xbox for the past 10 years, I would say.
Yes, the Wii did well, but it was only in the first 3 years of the Wii being out that it did brilliantly.
Yeah, the novelty wore off quite quickly, I think, with that, didn't it?
Yeah, and then the Wii U just
Yeah.
was a flop completely. The only
Like, most people I speak to say, "Oh, I only got the Wii for the Wii Fit board." That was very, very novelty.
Yeah,
I,
something completely different, wasn't it?
there were some good games. Like they actually had a Zelda game out for it, which was like Twilight Princess, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I quite enjoyed
that was
that.
a really good game. Obviously the Super Mario Galaxy Duo were great games, and they had like Mario Kart. They had Mario Kart Wii, which was probably the most successful Mario Kart game that's come out. And they had good titles. The Wii U then came out. They brought nothing out for it. Hardly any original IPs, no third-party support, and they just abandoned it kind of. So it like flopped. So I think they're going to try
I
hard.
don't even remember really seeing much about the Wii U. It just kind of appeared, and then you're like, oh, okay, we've got a new console now.
Yeah, like I own one, but I have like 6 games for it, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's not great.
I think my favourite game for the Wii, only because it was on DS as well, was a game called Trauma Center.
Oh god, that
It
game.
was an anime game, and you'd play as like this anime doctor. And, oh my god, it was so hard.
Yeah, because you have to perform
That was fun on the
surgeries on
Wii because
people.
you'd use obviously
Yeah,
the thing
the Wiimote.
to. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I can't speak. Okay then.
Yeah, they were
So
interesting.
interesting next couple of years, especially with the current competition with Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah, well, they were.
We'll just cover this briefly now because obviously the Pro's out. You've got the Scorpio, Project Scorpio out next year. People already complaining about the Pro having problems connecting to the television.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also
reportedly-
having problems connecting with the PSVR as well, I think.
Do you think they've rushed it?
I think
Maybe?
they tried to release it before Christmas.
For Christmas, just after the Xbox X as well, and
Yeah.
obviously just before the Scorpio as well, which is reportedly a lot more powerful than the Pro, and it is. I don't know the ins and outs of the tech, but that's what I've read.
What's the one
From
the one
the
thing
web, so-
one thing funny I can't find on PlayStation's website is the price. I found
For the Pro,
I found
I
all the
think
specs
it's
except for the
I
price.
think it's a terabyte, and it's 350 quid.
£350. Right, it's not bad then for a console. It's still
Yeah, but
pricey considering it's a
I mean-
3-year-old console at this point. But
I like, and I think if you've got a 4K television, great. But like, I haven't got one.
No, me
what's
neither.
it? Does the controller actually look like that? I'm looking at the new Pro controller. It looks stupid. It's got like
They changed it.
it's got like
Only slightly.
like the
though.
directional pads and the X square triangle circle is on like an elevated circle on their own. So they kind of just look like stickers that have been sticked on.
Oh.
What is this? It looks ridiculous.
Maybe it's just a really bad picture. You know, that's
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Joe being the optimist. It's just a bad picture. That's the way it is.
Anyway.
it's not being photographed well.
No. Anyway, apart from that, yeah. So I've got like I've got a few of
photogenic.
the I've got a few of the things that they're like boasting about. Like I don't know what I clicked on. It says Pro feature breakdown on their website. It says FPS boost. So I was like, all right, what does that mean? And it just says produces faster frame rates or not even or smoother locked frame rates. They don't know themselves. I don't think what this. I don't know what that means. Does it mean they just added a VSync so it just stays at 60 or something instead of going up and down? I don't know what they're on about there. The graphics,
I think they've definitely rushed the release of it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm certainly not interested in buying one.
No, me neither.
I'm happy to stick by and see if they,
Right.
come out with
Like
the 5.
the only reason I'd buy a console at this point is for the console exclusives, and I certainly don't need a 4K console for that. This coming out will allow me to buy the original cheaper, so it's good for me.
Well, yeah.
But
And again, I think for the money you spend, like I'm looking at a comparison image from Tomb Raider, and it's PS4 Pro 4K, PC native 4K. And PC is always better. If you're a graphics whore, then spend the money on upgrading your PC.
But yeah, like if you do what...
Yeah, I mean, if that tends to be, or I've always thought that if you want really good graphics, then PC gaming's the way to go anyway, because you can, it's a lot better for you to customize it yourself, isn't it? And you can make it as good or as bad as you want.
Yeah, with more competition coming out for PC, it's actually some graphics cards are becoming cheaper. Like you can build a good mid-range gaming PC which could handle, which is probably the same power as a PS4 or an Xbox One, for about £400, and with that you get about £400-500, and with that you actually get a computer with it, as well as a gaming console. So so I think of it as anyway.
I mean, I'm not, I play PC, I play very few games, but I like consoles. I think I always will, but I'm not overly dramatic over graphics either. Obviously, I don't want games looking like they did umpteen years ago, but at the same time, that bit of shitting really doesn't bother me. I just want to play it. I want a game that works and comes with a full game, which brings us to our next topic, which really
conveniently to the next
conveniently, it's Watch Dogs 2, the season pass, which comes with a whopping 5 extra missions as some cosmetic additions for £30.
It's good, man.
Outrageous.
It's good.
On top of the game itself, which, unless the DLC adds something significant, like the Fallout games, the DLC adds something significant, in my opinion.
Yeah, it
but
adds
this
hours,
doesn't.
hours,
It's,
hours.
in my view, something that needs to be included anyway, and I just think that.
Yeah, like the actual PC, not the PC, the Fallout DLCs add a lot to the game. Yeah, like I'd say, I think Nuka World 1, if you do everything in there, it can take you a good 20 hours maybe if you really spend your time on it and try everything out. The Automatron one, the quest there is decent, and it adds a new mechanic into the game. There's some small little DLCs, but again that's included with the season pass. I didn't feel like I didn't get my money's worth with the season pass, and it was cheaper as well by £10, so it was 20 instead of 30 as well. So I felt like I got my money's worth with that as well.
Yeah, I feel like that with Fallout because I'm still playing it at the minute. I think settlements take about 500 hours of your time. Trying to find a decent.
What do you mean? That's all I've done. I love this settlement.
It's really addictive, settlements. I'll try to manage them anyway. So yeah, Watch Dogs 2, obviously the first game was picked to be the GTA killer, which it certainly wasn't. I played it, didn't like it. Well, no, it was boring, it was very repetitive.
I was going to say, it was very repetitive, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then, now, Watch Dogs 2, I think it was Ash or Joanne, both of them actually, said that the trailer is actually looking good. I mean, I think did it come out Friday? I think it came out last week.
I'm not even sure. I don't pay attention to it. The first one was such a disappointment. I haven't really looked all too much of it. So I'm hopefully it's okay, because the concept of the game is decent, but the first one was a massive disappointment.
Yeah, the premise is interesting, but the execution is not so good.
So
yeah, I think I'm not going to be rushing out to buy it.
No.
But I do think, compared to the first one, it looks like they've actually focused a lot more on the hacking and that sort of side of it, which was kind of lacking a bit in the first one. You kind of ended up doing the same sort of stuff. but I think this one might take it a step further, and I think it's also possibly, like, story-wise, a little bit more in depth. So you know, it might be one that I might pick up, you know, like pre-owned, just to sort of give it a go. But
January sales, like.
certainly we won't be paying that price for the season pass.
No. Just buy it. I mean, games are they're expensive enough as it is, but to chuck 30 quid on top. I mean, that's why I didn't get Call of Duty this year, because it was like £80. I was like, no time.
You pay £80 for a game that came out in 2007.
Well, I actually bought the original game for Xbox, and it was unplayable. It was that hacked.
Oh no.
The lobbies. It was actually fun, but you just couldn't play it. I mean, I picked it up for £8. You can't go wrong.
Oh, I can't complain with anything, can you?
No. I mean, a game I'm looking forward to this coming out in January is Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
Really excited because it's just completely different. However, the collector's edition.
Yeah, I before this we were just having a look at just various things. I came across the collector's edition of Resident Evil, which has been announced in stores in Europe at the moment. It's €100, which is obviously you can convert it to whatever you like. But at the moment it's €100, and it doesn't come with a game, which is.
That's just so funny. I just don't get the idea behind that. It's brilliant.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's another thing that pees me off. But apparently, Ash, you said this is actually quite.
Yeah, I was just looking at some comments and just basically thought, you know, people are basically saying it's okay if you've already owned the game through digital copy, you don't need to like rebuy it with a disc or something. But I still don't get why they're not just selling it with a digital copy attached or something. If they wanted that, they could have like a digital edition or a disc edition. I don't understand it. So yeah, it says priced at €100 will not include a copy of the actual game itself.
So what actually comes with it then? Please enlighten us.
So from what I can see, I can't actually see everything on there. It looks like a cardboard like craft set for the house you're in, so you can like build the house. A USB drive that is shaped like a finger. An art book, which I think has a digital code on it, so you can like have the wallpapers and stuff.
Creepy.
It looks like a Resident Evil envelope with a bunch of pictures in it, maybe of like scenes in the game. I can only assume it looks like a DLC voucher code with it, so maybe it includes a season pass. You never know.
But no game. No main game.
But you can add the game for it. The console version is €10 more for some reason than the PC version. There's no reason for it whatsoever. And that's €80, which is ridiculous.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it comes with. You can package them together. I don't know what the DLC code is, because I'm not sure what DLC has been announced as of yet. But apparently this is an exclusive thing at like GameStop or wherever your local gaming thing would be.
Maybe it's like cosmetic or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Rather than actual.
I mean, if you're a hardcore gaming collector minus the game, all very well and good, but £100 for some cardboard. And what's going to be a rubber USB finger?
I don't even know, because I don't have USB.
That's worth the €100 on its own, I think.
Yeah.
I got some rubber fingers left over from Halloween. I could just stick a USB. There we go.
Yeah, you can make me one. That's fine. All right then.
Like.
Buy it. Cheers. It's in the link in the description. Nesbitt's fingers. Anyway.
Nesbitt's fingers.
I'm not.
Oh no.
See if I can. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I spent £100 on the Fallout 4 collector's edition, but that was a good collector's edition. The Pip-Boy.
And you got the game with it.
I sent the picture I'm looking at on the Discord. If you just click on that, you can have a little look.
Oh, fantastic!
What is that house?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looks like a cardboard craft setup of a house. From what I can see, you can see the rubber finger below it.
Oh,
yeah. It looks like a cigar.
It doesn't look like a cigar. Certainly doesn't look like a finger.
So, yeah. So that's that. That's what I'm looking at here, and that's what comes with this collector's edition.
Okay, well,
How very
on that
strange.
note, I'm very excited for the game, but not the collector's editions or future editions of other games that don't come with the game.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I hope that's not going to be a new thing.
Anyway, I hope not. That's insane. Anyway, right. So we're going to round off this week. We've covered quite a lot.
Yeah.
I just want to thank Jo for joining us tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and I
You're
hope
welcome.
she will join us on future episodes. Ash, I'm sure you'll be in future episodes too.
I probably.
But yes, if you want to check out the website www.nerdhub.co.uk, there'll be some details below of all our internet links.
It's so good. You didn't even have to put 3 W's in that URL. It was just www.
Oh, did I? www. Alright? Leave me alone, it's such a
We're just worldwide. We're not on the web. You gotta find us. We're at a street local to you. That's what we are.
You can't resist having a dig at me. But there we go.
We hand.
It's because it's the Welsh web, not the World Wide Web.
We hand
Yes,
out.
the Welsh web, alright?
The Welsh web.
We hand out floppy disks on street corners with this podcast on, just for you to.
Along with your USB fingers.
Yeah, USB fingers.
Check out the website that's got 3 W's before.
Yeah.
We do a lot of articles. We're doing these podcasts on a weekly basis on Podbean, so the link's on the site, and we do streams and all upcoming sites, I would think. So thanks for joining us this week, and we'll speak to you again the next week.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
See you.
Bye.